Hi, I'm Colonel Jason Fettig, Director of the United States Marine Band, and I'm back to continue the countdown of my top 10 personal favorite Sousa Marches. So we are halfway done at this point, and many of you may have been waiting the whole time of this countdown to hear where the granddaddy of Sousa Marches might fall in my personal list, or if it would be included in my list. Yes, it is definitely in my top 10, and here it is now. Number 5, The Stars and Stripes Forever. Now you have to remember that I have the privilege of conducting this march with the Marine Band dozens and dozens of times each and every year. So if there was one march that you might forgive me to say that I'm a little tired of hearing, this would be it. But I'm not. The reason that The Stars and Stripes Forever is so popular is because it really is that good. Sousa perfected many different march forms during his lifetime, but the one that he used for The Stars and Stripes Forever and several other great marches is called the long trio form, and it really became Sousa's signature package for some of his best marches. The Stars and Stripes Forever is the perfect example of this form, where you have a short introduction, 2 strains of music with 2 different melodies that are repeated at different dynamics, and then a 32 measure trio melody that is totally new and in a new key. In this case, the trio to Stars and Stripes is amazing for many reasons, not the least of which is the playful dipping half step that is a signature of many of Sousa's best melodies. In the Stars and Stripes, the Marine Band takes care to add the little accents that Sousa prescribes on each of these dips. This third trio melody in these marches now becomes the main melody, because after the ensuing break strain or dogfight section, that melody comes back 2 more times and ends the march, sometimes with an added musical decoration. In this case, the most recognizable musical decoration of all time is added to the trio melody, the famous or infamous piccolo solo. And to that also is eventually added a new counter melody in the trombones. These 3 melodies played all together at the end of the march were meant by the composer to represent the 3 parts of the country in Sousa's time. The north was the trio melody, the piccolo obbligato was the south, and the triumphant trombone counter melody represented the great west. There is a long and fascinating story about Sousa's other inspirations for writing this march, but that's for another series. For now, I'll just tell you that one of the reasons I love this march so much is that it is also loved by so many. Just hearing the opening notes played by the Marine Band, people tend to go nuts and begin clapping and celebrating together because they know that they are about to hear an American masterpiece, and it is a piece of music that represents us all. Number 5 on my top 10 list of Sousa marches is Sousa's Magnum Opus and our national march, The Stars and Stripes Forever.